Hello? Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
So, yeah, so you was talking to me earlier when I talk about whatever situation is about the refundable, correct?
About what?
About the refundable.
About the deposit?
Yes.
Yes, yes, we had that conversation. I asked if I get my deposit. I specifically called you. I have the recording and asked if I can get my deposit back, and you said yes, you can get your deposit back.
Yeah.
I
So
literally just listened to it. It was nothing about half of it or anything. You said yes, you can get your deposit back.
yeah. So we do give back a customer a deposit when they made a deposit. Sometimes we deposit them. We'll give them half of the deposit of what they made. I didn't know how much money she had took from you, so that's why I was like, yes, you would get the deposit back.
Well, okay. Well, you should have known. If your employee is taking money from a customer, you should know how much money that is.
Yes, but when she told me that she booked the job. She said to me, the quote that you guys, what you gave her, I told her do not book the job. Now, I did not know she went ahead and booked the job because she said to me that she had booked the job and the customer was going to make a deposit. And I said, if the customer is not paying over $5,500, do not take the job. Now, by the time I told her that, she already told me
Okay, and that's bad customer service. That has nothing to do with me. I should be getting my
yes,
deposit back.
that's
Yes.
that. Yeah, you're right. That doesn't have nothing to do with you of you getting the deposit back of it or whatever. So the situation was that when we spoke on the phone and you said you was gonna let me know if you're gonna go ahead with the procedure, you never called me back and said nothing. You just texted my phone now and you're like, oh, you said that with the recording and I'm an attorney and everything like that. And to be honest, if you goes like anything with mostly companies, when you make a deposit, they don't give you back the deposit.
I got back
You
both.
don't.
I got back both my other deposits because they knew the business practice they were doing wasn't practical. When a business commits an unethical practice like this, that is a breach of contract, they have a tendency to want to pay the reparations because they don't want to have to go down that drain. Especially with someone that has experience in the legal gender, right, in the legal jargon, it doesn't make sense for
So
the companies.
instead of my thing too in my contracts or whatever, I specifically tell customers when we usually make a deposit, they don't really get the deposit back.
But
So in my
that's under good business practice. It's assumed.
no, that's under my business
But
practice. And again,
in any
that
any
listen, listen,
contract
listen, listen,
in any
listen, listen,
contract under
listen,
American law.
listen, sir, listen.
Well, I'm telling you
When
about
the girl,
contracts and torts work.
when
Because
the
in
girl
any
booked,
contract,
when the girl, listen,
yep.
when the person, when my employees, when she booked the job, you specifically job, she did not book the job where I gave her my jobs to book. She booked the job directly from Google. She said you hit her up and she booked the job like that. So when she booking the job, she was booking this job as a side job. I did not know specifically nothing about this job
Now you're involved. It was under the name of your LLC on the PayPal. So that LLC
exactly.
is who will get sued.
So no,
Exactly. So
no,
I'm
no,
letting you send back the money. We don't have to have this back and forth. Under
no.
any
That LLC.
under
What
any
what
American
deposit?
contract, we don't have to yell at each other. I'm your customer. You
What
shouldn't be yelling at a customer.
company you send? What when you make a deposit? What the deposit say?
K Group LLC, K Ground LLC.
Send okay. So send me that. Send it to me. Because if you make the deposit to K Ground LLC, I should have received the deposit. I did not receive a deposit.
What is your name?
So, my name is K Vaughn.
Okay, well then you got to figure out what this woman did. I don't know.
So I did not. So when you comes to me and I called you and I told you who I am.
Okay, so how about this? How about we add her? We'll add her in the call right now. Let's just make this easy. We don't have to beat around the bush. We can add her in the call right now, and then we can just get this done. Give me 1 second here.
Hello?
Hello?
Huh?
Is everybody there now? Now we got the owner, we got the sales rep or whatever. And he's saying
Hello,
you
hi, Luke.
he's saying you booked the job, but he's on your owner's boss is on the line as well.
He said that you booked the job, and then he said the deposit came to Moving, and then he was saying that.
I don't know what you guys have to figure out to get my money back here. This contract was done in bad business faith, right? Any American contract, no matter what, if it says no refunds, no matter what, that is assuming good business practice and good business faith. Under that is a breach of contract. The incorrect information I was given, that I have both recordings of, I was just now told that you didn't even know about the job. I have the text screenshots. I don't know who has to send me the money back, but someone has to send me that money back. This was bad business practice.
I'm sorry. Luke, hi. It's Leilani. I'm just coming into the conversation. The only thing I would recommend is just calm down so we can come to a clear.
Well, I'm not. It's hard to calm down now because he just told me that apparently you booked the job without him knowing as a side job.
Sir, listen, we have a contract where it says it's no refundable as when you make a deposit on it, right? So
if you guys want to go down this route, I'll go down. I'm not asking for the back and forth. I'm asking, is my deposit going to get refunded or not? It's that simple.
I'm sorry. Let me just say something really quick. Luke, what's the actual issue here? We're supposed to be
saying that he doesn't want to get half of the
when I talk to you both on the phone
hold on, Kenji, hold on.
When I talk to you both on the phone, on the recorded line, the first time we spoke and the second time we spoke, and in text, I told you the reason I'm leaving a big firm is because I'm looking for someone to transport it without it leaving the truck, because there's a ton of time sensitive, there's evidence in there, there's confidential information, there's legal documents, etc. It all sounded great, and then I talked to whoever this owner's name is, and he's now saying it's going to be put on a truck, it's going to be stored in a warehouse, and then it's going to be put on some other trailer, and then taken to Arizona. That was unacceptable, and I made that very clear from the start. So that is why the job is not being had. After this, now I'm being told that the job was apparently taken as some side job on Google or something like that, and that my money is not in this company or something rather. So I'm gonna, whether you guys give it back to me or not, I'm going to get it back. We can go down a lot of different routes here. Small claims, we can do anything. I have the bad business practice obviously recorded. I have it. I have the text messages that say it would be on the same truck. And that in itself is a breach of contract, which voids any sort of non-refundable clause.
Sir, listen. As a moving company, right? I told you, if your stuff picks up, right? It's nowhere impossible. Even if you call Van Line, Mayflower, it's nowhere impossible. They're gonna pick up your stuff today and have it dropped off in Arizona tomorrow. It's impossible.
That's not what I was asking. I wasn't asking for it today tomorrow. I just hired a private shipper that I'm paying for their hotels, I'm paying for their flight home, and I'm paying for the truck there. They're doing that. What you're supposed to be doing, what apparently I asked to be have done. I don't care if other people's stuff is on the trailer. I wanted it not to be transported from one truck to another. That's the only thing. I want it to stay in the truck, stay there. I don't want my $150,000 car sitting somewhere random. I want it as soon when it's picked up here, it should be hitting the road. And I have found that. And the thing is, even if that's not possible, that's what I was promised, right? And you're a business, you're supposed to be a business professional and uphold your image and uphold your good business practice. This is not good business practice. This is malicious business practice, and it's rather heinous. And in that self is a breach of contract that I have avoided information that one I was promised via text and phone that I have zero problem pulling up and bringing forward to an attorney court, as it shows that this and it's stupid to go to court over $500 because we'll both have to spend $25,000. If you really need it that bad, I would really insist you just send it back. I'll obviously start with PayPal and kind of send it in my Amex and send them all the info I have, and obviously the phone calls as well as the screenshotted evidence from the text messages.
Okay, Luke, I don't want to cut you off or anything like that. Could I just ask you a question, and then can I just say something right after that, if that's okay?
Go ahead.
Okay, right. So what's the reason being that you want to refrain from this contract, refrain from moving with us?
I just told you because I now feel deceitful. One, I was told that it was going to be picked up yesterday. Originally, it was supposed to be picked up or today rather, Monday. Originally, that was the plan, and I never really.
That was the plan, yes.
Yes, I never really got a moving time, etc. And then, I was told that obviously I didn't want the packages being moved. These are literally have some sorts of national security in them. They have my clients' profiles in them. They have literal crime scene evidence in them. They can't be just sitting around, right? That's both of us are at extreme legal liability if someone were to get into those. That's not allowed to. That is the sole reason I'm not using van lines. I'm not using Mayflower, whatever the name is, etc. For that reason, because they also said it would be transported. That's why I've hired now a private shipper that's going to come to my house in their 16-foot box truck, pick it up, and drive directly there. I'm paying for their hotels, I'm paying for their gas, I'm paying for their food, etc. For the same $5,000 I was going to pay you guys. Right. I am merely just not going with you guys for the reason that, one, I now feel like I was lied to about that, because I was told, you can look at our text where it says, yes, it's all going one way. And I asked just to confirm, making sure the truck and trailer that my stuff gets loaded onto at my house is the same truck and trailer that it will remain on for the whole duration. And I talked to Kayvon, whatever his name is, and he's now saying, no, it's getting picked up in a separate truck, and then it's going to sit in our warehouse, and then it's going to be loaded up. And that is completely unacceptable and not what I was told. And now just being told this apparently the day before or the day of that's supposed to be getting picked up, which is horrendous business practice. That is the reason I'm not going with this contract.
Right. Now, only just to clarify and just to give you just a little bit of assurance, the whole thing is that there is no possible way that we can bring a load one way without paying the actual price of the project. I did mention to you that 2 or 3 other loads might go with your load.
That's fine. I don't care if other things are on it. If your guys' own loads are on it, I care about it being moved and taken out of the truck and put into another truck without me there watching it, without my partners there watching it, without the police there watching it. This is very, very, very sensitive information that we're talking about being transported here. That is the reason I will not be getting my business.
Right, I understand that, and that's the whole goal. Even till right now, that's the whole goal. Nothing is to be looked through. Everything is palletized. Everything will be separated and labeled. I mentioned that, right? Now, also, when you booked with us, I mentioned that. I also mentioned, again, that it will be going alongside with other loads. Now, if we were to go one way, then we will be charging you about $10,000, and we're not charging you that, I originally quoted you at $5,500. I came down to $5,000, right? Now, in the advance, we're losing out,
No, I totally get that. What I'm saying is that then you shouldn't have made that promise, right? If you quoted me at $10K, then quote me at $10K, and then you can uphold that promise, but don't promise me something I'm not going to get, right? That is what we call a breach of contract. That is you're upholding a promise. You promise something in writing that you can't keep.
Well, that's not exactly true, because you're only backing up in the contract because of your reason being
that I was lied to.
Right.
You're missing the client.
I did also mention that our goal is to pick up Monday, but it's not guaranteed, and I promise you
the pickup day. The pickup day does not matter to me. The pickup day I don't care about. The thing I care about, it's extremely simple. I was told that the truck that my stuff gets picked up on will be the same exact truck that it's going to be dropped off on. I don't care if there's 25 other people's stuff in there. The truck that mine gets picked up on is the same truck it gets dropped off on. And now your owner's telling me that's not the case. It's a small box truck's going to pick up my stuff, and then it's going to be put in, whatever, palletized, put in storage, etc. That's not acceptable under evidence clearing standards. I can't do that. If it's kept on the same truck, I can. That is the part where I was misled and lied to, and that's the part that's in writing. And if we don't have to stay on the phone for 20 minutes. I'm just asking you the very, very simple question. I'm asking you the very simple question: are you going to give me my deposit back or not? You can send it back. We can go our separate ways, and we don't have to do any of this. There doesn't have to be a debate here. I'm sorry, but you lost my business. You're not going to earn this business back. I'm asking you: are you going to do the right thing as a business owner here, and as a customer-facing representative, and give me my deposit back for your unethical business practices and breach of contract, or are we going to have to escalate this? Right? There are many levels you could escalate this to. A non-refundable contract and clause doesn't stand against unethical business practice. Look it up in any historical court case. unethical and malicious business standards do not supersede, or they do supersede, a non-refundable contract clause for a deposit. In any kind of small claims court, we can go any kind of suit route. We can go through even PayPal and American Express won't uphold that. They will give you my money back, and then your account gets limited. It's a whole thing. I don't want to do that if I don't have to. I would much rather just send my money back and we'll go on our own separate ways. That's no problem to me.
I hear what you're saying, Luke, and I really do understand the frustration. I really do. And, realistically, like, our goal was to take this a long ago with maybe 2 or 3 other loads. But sometimes in the midst of moves happening, a lot of things change. And I understand. And I don't want you to feel any type of insecurity at all. Our main goal is to make our customers happy. Obviously to deliver all items within care, and get it within one piece, everything, and obviously we still want to continue to have your business. I know how you feel, but at the end of the day, we have a job that we have to secure and that we have to fulfill. And if we were to settle everything right now and secure this job in whole, then that's what we would have to do. As you can see, we are a legit company. We are insured. We are on the DOT list, and that's our goal. So we would never, ever, ever try to put any customer in jeopardy, because realistically, that would put us in jeopardy. And we, as a company, do not want to be in a situation like that.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm telling you guys.
So listen, sir, we'll send you the deposit. It's not going to take like 2 to 3 days. You got to give us until Wednesday. We send you the deposit back.
I got to give you till Wednesday?
Yeah, we send you $500 back deposit.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
If that's what you really,
Thank you.
truly want to
yes.
do, then we will do that.
And I'm just acknowledging that's on recording, just so both of you guys know. Obviously, it's a recorded line. I appreciate your flexibility.
My company line is recorded too, so I'll send you a note. I'll send you a paper, and it will say that you get your refundable back.
Thank you. You can just send it back to the same account. I appreciate the reparation you guys are willing to make in this situation. It goes a long way, and I hope down the line maybe a little more careful with wording, because I know some of these things are very important to customers.
Exactly. Right. No absolutely. I understand.
Okay. Thank you for making the resolution. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday.
Okay. No problem, sir. Have a good night.
You as well.